pretty good versus the Bear.
Yeah, well, we'll see if it's good enough as we get ourselves into this one, game one. I mean, anything else in particular that you're excited to see? I'm seeing another showing here from the old Shadow Demon. This hero's had some good games in this tournament.
Yeah, I actually was going to comment on the Shadow Demon, not for the hero, but for the set. I don't know what set that is, Tyga says, but that set looks sick. I've never seen it, but
he looks like the Balrog.
Dude, it looks so cool. Like, look at that. Sorry, I've never seen that cosmetic. I'm a big Shadow Demon player. That one looks really cool. I mean, it looks very different than most of the sets. And yeah, this hero has a lot of untapped potential. They also have it versus Kunkka, versus Oracle, versus Drow. Can be a pretty good hero. If people don't know, interaction between Shadow Demon and Oracle, any heals that Oracle does throw on, if Shadow Demon does use that ultimate on the target that he is healing, Demonic Purge purges off everything. So Earn, Salve, all those different healing effects will be instantly purged off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fundamentally, that just destroys the Oracle, right? You have to make sure the Shadow Demon is dead or without his ult before you go around dropping false promises on your teammates.
Yeah, but you still get some healing. You will still be able to get that, like a little bit, but you're gonna negate a lot of that big bonus. Sure, like Mech is one of those big ones that will still work.
Yes.
But yeah, like Earn, your salves and everything are just nothing.
Very, very excited to see. I mean, other things are sort of standing out in terms of player heroes. We've got the Insania Rubik, of course. So yeah, I feel like this combo as well. Maybe Rubik Shadow Demon, not something you necessarily get excited about in other teams, but when it's on Liquid, you can definitely be okay with it.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this top lane is gonna go as well too. Because last time I saw Void Spear in the safe lane, it got dumpstered, and it was Miracle playing it. If you remember that game.
Oh yeah, that was a rough one.
Yeah.
Let's see what Mickey can do.
Yeah, he doesn't have the like best 5 position with him either. It's a Rubik. This hero not the best at acting as a 5. And however, Insania, he makes it work. He always goes for this like stat kind of build, and he does make that 5 position Rubik work. But yeah, quite a weak lane up here that I feel like could get punished. However, Misery is also playing Lion, kind of a weak laner too. Might even things out.
Now, what would you say is sort of going to be the hot steals that Insania is going to be looking out for this game?
Probably just Kunkka and Mars spells, I'd imagine, are the 2 big ones. You're usually going to get something pretty good out of them. It's going to have to be, in the eye of Zibe to use Bulwark to block off the steals of the spear. But yeah, you're usually going to get something pretty decent out of those 2. If you can get Purifying Flames, it's also pretty decent in mid-game. The damage that you can do is pretty nice. But tough to steal those.
Bottom lane, I mean, this sort of match at Tiger and Voxy against Pi and Ace. Normally, these 2 would be able to put a lot of pressure onto the Drow, but having the Oracle here does nullify quite a lot of Liquid's offlane potency, right? Yeah,
absolutely. He has to watch out for his positioning, though. It's a very strong kill lane that Liquid does have, so positioning of the lane is going to be really important for the side of 5 men. I feel like if the lane gets away from the tower for Ace, he could just chain feed down here. Same thing for Pylai Dai. Shadow Demon plus his Centaur, they do quite a lot of damage. I'm surprised he actually went for Retaliate. I guess because he's playing versus double range, he just wanted to have it, but I've seen a lot of times this double edge, when you have burst, especially when you have a setup, it just kills heroes. It does so much damage.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, the other point in the passive making Ace think twice about how much he harasses with the Frost Arrows. Sending something back his way when he does get those free hits in onto the Centaur.
It reduces their kill threat by a significant margin, though, not having that double edge. Ace, he's gonna get the 5th stack of poison up. It's gonna be a decent chunk of damage onto Ace. Pylai Dai can't protect it with the Fate's Edict. He tried.
Yeah, that's nice actually. Yeah, I guess if you're good with the timing on the disruption, you can make sure that the Oracle doesn't have the capability of stopping that damage.
Yeah.
Top lane. Okay. I'm not actually able to catch Misery there with that Remnant. Might have actually got the kill if he was able to. It's still a little off the mark with the combo. And Misery's able to step away and salve up.
This time Insania can't quite get the connection. Didn't have mana for both Rebuke and Spear.
Bottom lane. I mean, they're going to get both.
Wow. Okay. They actually go. Oh, and look at Taiga suiciding immediately, so he gets fully healed up.
I mean, that's pretty big. Getting those, both of them. I mean, you said it was a kill lane, but I thought with the Oracle there would always be ways to sort of at least keep one of you alive early on, removing the damage and such. But they both go down.
And I'm actually liking this now a lot by Boxy. He gets the retaliate at level 2, and then he gets the double edge at 3. So at least he still has the way that he can kill threat, but then the harassment actually makes it worth it. I actually like that quite a bit, having the 1 point at least in that retaliate versus double ranged. Works out very nicely for him and the lane. And now they can continue to pose that kill threat. That's what I'm talking about. If they're able to reset lane positioning always, Ace it's a 290 movement speed hero. Oracle 295. These heroes get ran down so easy by SD and Centaur. Taking a look at mid. Haven't really talked about this one too much. Kind of a boring lane, as Quakefa tends to dominate most of his matchups, and he's doing so again, even versus Chesty on the Kunkka. Up to 8 denies.
Yeah, I mean, are there many mid heroes that you could run against the Quake for Lone Druid that would slow him down early, or are they just, is he gonna have a good time against pretty much any of the standard mids now?
It feels like he does have a good time against almost all standard mids. There's some that you can play around because base damage is a little low on Lone Druid at the start, so like, I'm not a Lone Druid full expert, so I don't know the exact ones, but I think there's a couple matchups that are very hard. Like the Razor in particular is still very tough. You have to do some tricks as Lone Druid.
Good top. We're going to battle around the rune spot here. Misery and Zibek. Turnover towards Mickey. Have they got enough damage with the God's Rebuke? It's close. Mickey, he's able to step back in and look towards Misery. He's trying to chase for this. Misery's going to have stun up again in a second here, so should be able to turn. Over he goes with the stun onto Mickey. Mickey, he dove too far. Ends up going down. Now Insania's got to be careful. The spear's back up at Zibek. A beautiful angle there. Clips him straight into the cliff. Has he got enough damage to take him down? One more hit will do it, and there it is. Double kill for Zibek. Very nicely done in the turnaround. I mean, Liquid, they did try and chase for that and just didn't respect the cooldown on the Impale. As Misery able to turn and drop that spike once more.
Didn't respect the tankiness of Zibe either. Now up to level 5.
Quantum lane. Moving in onto Pi. They've got the burst with the poison. It's close, not enough. 1 charge is there and Pi will live.
They're putting pressure on this bottom lane, though, and they're making them spend a lot of money on regen. See Ace with his full wand, up to 12 charges. Same thing with Pi. Pressure from Taiga is just a bit too much. And look at the levels, too. This might actually just be a kill here.
I mean, can Pi save him? He's got the Fate Edict.
Okay.
Purifying Flames here will kick into place in terms of...
I'm surprised how defensively Boxy actually played there. I thought he could just keep committing and hitting on Ace.
Just keep punching.
He has boots. Ace is 290. Centaur is 345. I'm very surprised Boxy played that so passively.
Top lane. Got the combo down onto Mickey, but just holding him back whilst they try and catch him in farm. Mickey's still leading against Zibe in terms of what the core's getting out of this top lane.
Look at the bottom lane positioning. They had a lane ward down. Sentry is able to find it, but Liquid trying to keep the lane positioning good for them to go for kills. Pi will be able to get the pullback, though, and Ace will finally be able to get some more farm under the tower. He's being slowed down a lot.
Yeah, we're sort of quite for on the mid as this Lone Druid. How does his sort of game go in terms of when he's actually going to begin moving? When we see Quakefa do this, it's sort of sit mid until you've taken the tier 1 and then move down to the bottom lane?
Yeah, you just get Mask of Madness, take the mid tower, and then you look to move around. Yep. It's up to Chessie how he wants to play and how the team wants to react. It's either Chessie asks for people to come mid and kill Quakefa, or he has to make moves around the side lane because he can't contest this by himself. Quakefa, once he has Mask of Madness, that tower is gone. Because he's gonna do two of things. He's gonna commit fully onto Chessie and force reactions, or he's just gonna commit fully to the tower.
I mean, at least 5 men. They've got multiple ways to come over and help in regards to the stuns. You know, Misery and Zibe. Both got good ways of.
Oh, Mika gets 6 first. He tries to go onto top. Zibe not quite level 6.
Radiant's middle tower.
So Chessie's moving.
Too tanky. And Chessie is not going to be able to find anything top though. Just turn back towards the mid lane. Just continuing to try and hold the waves away from his tower as long as he can.
He leaves the lane for like half a second, and look how much damage on the tower already.
He's going to get himself a top lane. Mickey is able to jump forward, burst down the Lion. I mean, Liquids are getting slightly more out of the lanes. Bottom lane, Ace.
The damage is
down
there.
low by this double legend with the poison. He's going to go down. Another time where Tiger and Boxy, just this duo, it's 3 kills that they've found in this laning stage. Really bringing it to the Drow early on, slowing down Ace's game.
Kind of cool to see Tiger actually put the second point in disruption too. It's adding up. The damage from the illusions really hurt. Usually it's your 1-1-4 build, but he's still turning a lot versus
Another
the Drow.
setup's there.
Another one.
To Pi. They're able to just walk and get him under the tower. He'll keep himself safe, and it is safe enough. Will live. Still having a backup. Time is brought for Ace to come back in, but yeah, this duo down here beginning to look very scary. And of course now with the potential of the 6, Boxy is going to have a much easier chance of diving the tower if they do see Drow get low again to the consistent harass from the poison top lane. Zibe moves in with the arena onto Insania at the same time. Mika's going to try and jump over towards Misery, but Misery holds him back with the stun. Zibe, not quite enough damage to take Insania down as Insania is able to step away and Misery is not. Mika gets the kill, and of course whilst Zibe tries to commit on Insania, Zibe will not be able to finish off the Rubik, and that is the commitment of the ult from Zibe.
Yeah, that means they can, on the bottom side and even in mid, they can use Stampede and dive the Drow now. Without Mars having ult for an ATP counter gank, could be pretty huge. Chessie might have to actually bail out Ace here if they do commit. Might have to port bottom. Ace is getting pushed away from his tower, away from his safe lane at the moment.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And here comes Koikva. Maybe looks like he's actually going to make the move bottom instead of trying to take mid tower.
Okay. I mean, he knows that Chessie is sitting around here, and as you said, as much as he'd eventually get the tower, Chessie is definitely slowing it down with the consistent Tidebringers onto the wave. Let's see what they can do to try and stop this push bottom. Pi, he attempts. They're going to find him. Koikva just moves the bear and straight back behind the tower. We'll be able to disarm the bear. TP's coming in for Jesse. Pi will pop the poison. Chessie's got the combo down onto Koikva. Does he actually have enough damage? He does not. Tiger able to come in with a defensive disruption. Keep Koikva fine. They're even going to pop the Stampede to make sure that they can get away from the 3 of them. Misery gets a bit of a lockdown onto the bear, but nothing else to stop him. As Liquid are able to reset their position. And as soon as Koikva creates tension around the bottom lane, he TP's over to mid. The bear does get dragged back. See if they can kill it off.
Oh, it gets dragged back? Wait, he just resummoned it.
Radiant structures are
That's going to be fine, though.
Wait, that was...
structures are fortified.
Wait, so what, he resummoned it, but the new bear was still X'd.
I guess so, and it pulled it down bottom. That was really weird. Because I saw him like trying to summon mid, and I think Koikva was like, wait, where's my bear? That was really strange for a second. But either way, Liquid...
I guess that makes sense, though, because if you die, that doesn't remove the X-Mark debuff if you die and buyback, right? Or does it? I forget. Maybe it's like that, right? You can't, even though it's a new bear, it's the same bear.
Yeah, the bear thing works really weirdly. Like, there's also some static link stuff that happens also. There's just some weird mechanics with bear. Mid.
They're able to burst down Insania. Well, we're going to see Koikva try and swing him from the side and turn things around. He's over on towards Misery. Misery underneath the tower. He'll go down. The hoof stomp controls on a Pilot Eye. Koikva's able to swing across with Mika, and they'll claim the 2 of them. 5 men, they used a lot there to try and blow up Insania underneath the tower. Cost them 2 lives themselves, and we'll get the space for Liquid to finish the tower mid.
Liquid's getting way more out of the map right now. They're applying so much pressure. Ace is just going to have the full jungle here, and they're going to lose all 3 of their tier 1s. As a Drow, that's when things get really concerning. You don't have a great place to farm. As Liquid, I think they're going to look to persist forward here and put up some deep vision to just stalk the Drow too, so that they can just keep applying that pressure.
You got to kind of expect this, right, when you let Liquid get Koikva's Lone Druid. They are going to hit these timings. You got to have a solid answer to it if you do let it slip through the draft. And you would imagine at 5 men, I would believe that the Lone Druid getting through was not something that they forget about. Because I don't think you forget about the Koikva Lone Druid when you play against Liquid. It probably was something they let in because they felt that they do have a way to deal with it. But 12 minutes in, not really seeing what they've got in mind to slow down the speed that Liquid's playing at.
No, and I'm not seeing them with heroes that are, I was mentioning how the Drow in particular can be good. Even Mars can be decent versus Lone Druid, but they're, the grand scheme of their draft, they don't really have the best waves to stop when Liquid sets up or push. They don't have these constant spams, these constant wave clears. They actually have like some of the worst. In fact, like Spear is their best wave clear combo with like Kunkka's Torrent in a way. The rest of them don't want to actually wave clear. It's just not there, and there's a Lone Druid on the enemy team, so they're just gonna be able to work down these towers. It's gonna be tough for 5 men. They have to have Jibe set up around these towers, or they're just dead.
And like, sure, you know, there is also the Tiebring and the God's Rebuke, but both of these spells put you in a bit of a dangerous position because you are having to step up. And as we've seen, you know, Liquid, if you're stepping anywhere close to this team, they have a lot of catch. You know, telekinesis, disruption, the remnant pulling from Mickey, the Stampede, an insane amount of gap close that makes it very difficult for 5 men to really present themselves for these tower defenses. As you look at the lineup, and I guess you do have to rely on the Mars to go in first. He is going to be the main initiation. Sure, the Kunkka, you know, Chessie, once he has his first item, he's going to be very tanky as well. But they've just got to sort of walk in and until they have like the blink on Zibe, for example, and those sort of moves are going to be very easily read by Liquid.
Yeah. When Zibe does, like, Zibe is like, he's actually like everything it feels for this team, because he's going to be the deterrent versus the Stampede and everything too. That's why people used to pick the Mars versus Centaur a lot. He doesn't cover his spear there. That was a pretty obvious steal there from Insania, and he gets the best steal pretty much in the game that he can get. Massive damage nuke as well as a high duration stun for the 5-position Rubik. For Liquid, I feel like they can just chill back a little bit, let Boxy finish up his Blink Dagger, and then they can get super aggressive again. Because it really feels like 5 men just unable to make much of anything happen.
See mid, they're going to drop the combo down on a Boxy. It's not enough damage. It's not enough burst to take down Boxy, and this, of course, still pre-hood of the Defiance, and he knows that. Boxy's like, well, they're not killing me now. I'm not going to invest all the way. I'll just hold on to the Ring of Health, and I'll go for the Blink, and he's going to have it. So 14 minutes in, Blink Dagger done on Boxy. Even more ways for Liquid to jump and start fights.
Yeah. It's looking like some perfect planning here for Liquid, and 5 men, I think they're falling right into this. They're not making much happen here. They're just kind of sitting back playing the farm game, which I don't feel like I don't think it's going to pay off for them at all. Liquid's getting much more out of the map here. Just farming on all fronts. Mickey, he's going for the perfect item build. When you're playing versus Oracle, playing versus Lion, squishy backlines, Oracle, who's a saver, you get Ags on Void Spirit, and then there isn't going to be saves anymore. You always will have access into that backline and prevent those saves from Pylai Die. Yeah, it feels like Liquid's just taking all the boxes right now. And see what 5 men does.
That Ags is going to make him incredibly tanky. When you look at the output from the 3 cores, it's all physical, right? It's sure the stun from the spear in the arena, but other than that, the God's Rebuke, the Tidebringer, the shots from the Drow, these 2 rounds, the Resonant Pulses are going to make him very unlikely to die, and almost certainly give time for heroes like Tiger to come in and be able to disrupt him if he ever does get caught slipping around as this Void Spirit.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great call. Sometimes you can, you can forget how much it actually does absorb, but with 2 of them down, it's a lot.
I mean, how much is it? How much do you get from each hero it hits?
75 per. So you can have pretty massive shields. You can have like 400 physical damage shields.
Yeah. That's a lot. Bottom, he's got to be a little cautious in his jungle. He does have Misery around with him.
They have good vision around here too.
Yeah.
And they set up for Tiger. They should be able to get him here. He's way too far forward. Nice.
So time up top. Alright. Having a bit of a move onto Mickey. Zibe's trying to wrap him from the side. They've got the X mark set up onto Mickey. He's still got a jump to play with. Arena down. This is pretty deep though. Spear to push back Chessie. And this arena is not going to accomplish much at all.
No, it is not. Boxy, he's smoked up. He's going to find himself a nice little bounty rune here. He might be able to set up here for top. They're just stalling. They're looking to just stall this top push as long as possible. Koikfa's almost got his MKB finished.
Yeah, he's getting so much space. He is having all the space in the world, Koikfa. A couple of H's to clear through.
Boxy gets a deep ward down with his smoke too, and they're spotting Ace right now. They might actually be able to set up on him because of that ward. Smoke does wear off though, and Ace might be okay here. Yeah, he'll be fine. Bit scary there for a second though for Ace. That ward that Boxy placed, very sneaky. And top, they're not going to be able to pressure that tower. Mickey just constantly pushing it off. And that's pretty much MKB gonna be done soon. Misery's getting all this farm and space bottom as a Lion, but just a Lion who's getting the space, and they found the Drow.
Well, they have. They're gonna look to try and burst him. Straight in they go. Lift up onto Zibe, stopping him from being able to get in and help out Ace. Ace goes down. Boat's there, onto Insania. Spear as well, finishes off the Rubik. They've lost their Drow. Liquid able to get away with just sweeping in straight into that triangle. And despite 5 men being relatively close, they couldn't get there in time to keep Ace safe.
He's still so squishy. And like we said, Boxy with a very sneaky ward play pays off.
Chessie tried to go with the X onto Tiger. Disruption set up there for Boxy to come over. Goes for the TP out. There's nothing to stop it. Chessie makes it away.
It's close. He almost would have had him if he just double-edged stampeded. It would have been. It may have killed him, but it was very close. And Koikva bottom just solo kills Misery during it.
I mean, yeah, this lone druid is...
It's the freest game ever.
Yeah, no, but they're not even looking at him. They're not even looking at him. Koikva has got MKB.
Mars ult, but there's a disruption. And oh, the Z access!
Oh, that was beautiful! The torrent saved him, but until he died. But that was amazing. I love that. The old torrent saving him. Obviously not the intentions of Chessie, but you love to see it.
Boxy getting chased. Insania has Spear stolen. Don't know if they want to keep chasing forward here. Too hard is in the back. Koikva just eats Misery. And now Ace is spotted.
Koikva's just killing everybody. Oh no. I don't think they can stop the bear. They can't stop the bear. They're just all dying here. Zibe's running. X-Mark to hold back Boxy, but they're into the trees. Koikva's bringing the bear along. As it's just another, it is early. It's 13-7, 7k lead, but it's a Koikva lone druid, Fogden. He's had just as free of a game as any. He's 3-0-4.
And they've shut down Ace so much this game. 4 deaths. He can't even farm his own Ancient safely because they got that sneaky ward down. Just always have the access to him, and yeah. This is just Liquid running away with it, it seems, here as another one. This ward is going to get them another kill, it looks like, here. Oh, maybe not.
He's still alive. Oh, he's going to live. He's able to get away. They turn with the multi-shot. The torrent on the 2 of them, but the disruption of the Stampede is there. Insania's able to get out just in time. The finger won't kill him.
No way.
Zibe.
The spear,
spear, mid-K. They've got the grab, but he's going to be able to jump down with the Dissimulate. Avoid the whole combo. Zibe's still trying to chase. Koikva's going to turn and get the root immediately. Remnant not able to get the 2 of them. Koikva actually fearing on himself rather than the bear, and that does mean the bear's going to be a little vulnerable. They do have the X mark, and they've got the damage. The bear finally cleared up, plus 300 for Ace. He needs it.
He really does need it. To get themselves some type of chase kills, but very good disengage by Liquid. They're just playing so well around that vision here. Like we said, the ward finally gets taken out, but that ward did more than enough damage. That ward got them like 5-6 kills, it feels like. And now with so many extra items picked up after these last few sequences, they're in a very comfortable spot. Double Aether Link on both of these. We'll call them like, they're both kind of like 4 positions in a way.
Yeah, and I mean, they're getting away with it. Right, as I say, I feel like we've seen some teams before try the support duo, and it just doesn't work. But Liquid, they know exactly how to run it like this.
Yeah, and it feels like they're always going to have the better initiation and counter initiation in this game. As the Mars isn't even going blink.
He's not.
No, he's not.
He's going to go BKB straight up. Okay, try and walk in on it all. Top lane. They're in on the mid onto Pi. Chessie's able to jump out. BKB and the TP, but still it's not getting any easier for 5 men. Liquid, they've got Koikva in the pit. This Roshan will almost certainly be his unless we see any quick move from 5 men coming out. It doesn't look like it is going to be there. Nobody heading over. Koikva's farm continuing to hit incredible levels. Liquid is just getting away with everything.
If 5 men tries to contest this, I'd be very surprised.
Oh, can they do it in time?
They might still get jumped. They might get jumped if they go for it. Yeah. Actually eats a decent amount of damage from the multi-shot, but they're committing in. Zibe, no blink dagger.
Run away from the bear. Stampede's in. They're over on towards the Mars. Mars is not going to be helped out. The boat comes crashing down, but the defensive disruption's over onto Boxy as he dodges the ult. Chessie is getting himself away from the bear. The bear Sam now finishes as he stays on top of the Kunkka, but Chessie's still tanky over to the side. Misery able to actually wrap around and burst down Mickey. Gets him with the finger. Root onto Quakefer. Chessie and Ace trying to step forward, see if they can continue to control the bear. They have got him. The bear goes down. Another plus 300 for Ace, and despite losing out to the Aegis going the way of Liquid, they do manage to find themselves 2 big kills there. Misery coming in clutch.
A huge reveal of that Blink Dagger, and he gets the biggest target possible. Very nicely done. Just watching Zibe in this game, and I mean, I get that he's going for the BKB, but I feel like they're never going to be able to initiate fights nicely because
they need
of this.
a Blink. Right. Well, I guess Misery's the initiation, right, as you said. He's got the Blink. That's their theory. They're just going to use Misery. He's going to be the one to go in first. But then he is a line going first, so you better be sure to back him up. Otherwise, he's going to die before he gets off a second spell.
I guess Zibe just feels like he needs it because the Void Spirit with such an early ag, the silences and everything, it's just too much that he has to play around with. So yeah, it's going to make those initiations real tough, and I feel like Liquid's going to be able to play around that very nicely here, always being able to commit onto the targets that they want to. They can just play around Zibe and then commit onto Ace and Pylai dying to the backlines every time with their heroes. This does not look like a fun... This looks like such a hard Oracle game. There's just so many different elements that he has to watch out for if he ever tries to save. Yeah. So many different things that can jump on top of him.
And just the fact, as you pointed out earlier, that even if he does get the save, there's still counters from Liquid. It's not an easy time for Pike.
Scan around the triangle. Liquid all in the area. Ace.
Oh, Ace.
Gets stunned.
He does. With the Hurricane Pike up, but not before the stun was there. False Promise comes into play. Should have a hell of a lot of damage coming out onto Ace. Even a stolen finger thrown out there by Insanias. Ace goes down. 5 men unable to save him, and underneath the tower, Boxy is going to jump in on Misery. Misery going to play around with him with the Earth Spike. Extra TP coming over from Zibe. Liquid still hovering around. Can 5 men actually punish them at all? It doesn't seem like it. They lose Ace, and just 4 versus 5. It's not easy for 5 men to get anything done. This game just continues. Quakefer still yet to die in this game.
And Ace yet to live in this game, it feels like, as he always just gets jumped first and killed immediately. They always get right on top of that drow every single time. It really feels like that's going to be the name of the game. I just don't see how they peel this drow range right away. She got the Hurricane Pike off before, but she got caught in the middle of it with the stun and then just is dead. Time and time again. And now Liquid gonna go for a tier 2 here finally. Bounties will spawn, but it looks like it will be at least a 2-for-2 exchange.
Dire's structures are fortified.
But Liquid very likely to be able to take out this tier 2 now because all the 5 men is up top. Continuing to get even bigger on Quakefer.
What's going to stop him? Top lane. Maybe this setup. They're able to jump in. Actually committing onto Insania.
Here already.
The silence comes out into play. Zibe's trying to head in, but he's getting feared. He's not able to get a single thing off. He finally gets the BKB down. Turns towards Insania, but the spear's off the mark. He's just rooted and bashed in place. Zibe goes down. As you see there, it just feels like even the BKB now complete, it just doesn't really do anything for him.
No. As Chessie now, he has his BKB, might be forced to use it. Boxy's got to blink in 1 second. They're going to commit. He's got to be forced to use it. Will he get bashed? He won't. And they might be able to get the bear.
What? Turret. They do. 300 for Chessie. BKB comes to an end though. And ready and waiting was Mickey with the Remnant. Try and keep him safe. Duel's set up. And all being hit by the Gust. So no follow-up control onto Chessie. Chessie's still trying to step forward. Boxy's actually able to get in with the stun onto Ace. They just turn onto Chessie. He tried to turn back in. I think he got baited in by the fact that Tiger was as low as he was. But it just cost him his life.
Oh, they saved him too. Insania got the lift, and then Mickey actually used him right after the lift gets casted. So I was like, oh, they actually saved Chessie. Liquid actually let him walk away, and then Chessie turned back in and gave his life away.
Top tower is under attack.
Painful, as we do see them smoke up, maybe try to catch Liquid completely off guard here. This is a pretty unexpected smoke, but it is around that Aegis timer. Are they gonna be able to? Maybe they can get Quakefer. He's pretty tanky. If he gets the true form off, there's no way they kill him.
It's going to show here, taking the outpost there.
Might be able to
get
him.
Move. They got the chain to save, but they've got the Hex into the wall. They've got him.
They got him.
I mean, yeah, there was a little bit of a crazy play there from Quaifa to take that. I guess he just didn't expect them to be that far outside of the base. They were. That's a big one. They're finally able to take him. Insania jumps in. Straight down onto Ace. Mickey wrapping in from the side. Jumps over the step. Boxy gets silenced before he gets the hoost on Pop. Misery just gets burst as well as Ace before they can get off a single spell. And the TP out from Zibe is not even going to work. The BKB was not lasting long enough. Tiger's able to get the disruption in. Zibe's been held back. They may have got Quaifa, but it's the point of the game where they're losing so much in return for it. 4 heroes going down. As at the end of the day, Quaifa, he won't mind dying at all there.
No. A nice smoke out from 5men gets them that kill, but this little clever ward that we do see Liquid have on that high ground, it wasn't dewarded by the sentry, sees everything. And then, I mean, it's just an easy fight for them when they have these 4 heroes versus what 5men has with this gold lead. Mikke, that arcane rune just smashes through everybody.
Radiant's middle.
It's getting rough. See it again. Okay, but with the Yules and Dissimulate, the X mark just never does enough. No. Yeah, that whole replay there, as we see, just a bit of a mess here from 5men in that attempt to get something together. It's again sort of what we've been seeing throughout the day. We've had pretty much every single game today has been rather one-sided, and this looks like another. Just one where a team falls behind, and with what they've got, it's just so hard for them to make any sort of play.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, Drow not having a fun day today, it feels. Just so far on the back foot, never feels like she can really get involved. They're trying so hard to protect this triangle, but Liquid just breaches.
She's able to get over with a hoot stomp onto Chessie. Arena's down, Spear, and the good stun lined up on the 2 of them. Catches both Boxy and Insania, but the 2 supports are down, and with the BKBs, they can commit onto Boxy. Finally able to make a big move. I mean, that's a big one. They get 3 kills, they don't lose anything themselves. This is what 5men need to keep trying to find. These sort of chances. Just lining up those stuns perfectly, leaving no opportunity for saves to come into play. Misery just able to get that line, clip Tiger on the back of it, stop any defensive disruption coming out.
It feels like they have to just play around their vision like that and have Jibe on the front line. Still desperately needs this Blink Dagger. If he's able to get it and he can try to peel the distance from Ace, then, you know, Ace can actually do some damage, as we saw there. But will they be able to when it's all 5? It's Mikke.
Go for Zibe. He's got a double damage ring. He might have the damage for this.
With
He's bringing him down low. I mean, yeah, we're quite for a round. Very little it feels like Zibe can do, but Misery, oh, he's there with the save with the counterplay, but he can't stop the bear. The bear takes down Zibe, and now Quaifa's going to send the bear heading straight over towards Misery. They're within range. The Yules combo comes into play. Misery goes down.
Yeah, these 2 are those are the real cores in the map, as Liquid is going to say. May have killed the other 3, but when Mikke and Quaifa are around, it's not going to be the case. As now they're going to be able to force reaction. They're going to be able to commit onto this high ground.
Oh yeah, with the bear pushing in like this, level 22, Quaifa, all the jump as well. They're straight in onto Chessie. Chessie doesn't even get the chance to pop a BKB, and he doesn't have buyback. He's dead for 70 seconds.
Oh, he's actually got the save from Tiger.
Yeah, he's going to be good. Still has to simulate. And that's Kunkka down for a full minute. Not around for this hold, as that was just such a quick move from Liquid. Instantly on top of Chessie, and he doesn't get the chance to pop his BKB. That's the bottom rack's gone. Maybe even more. Mid lane, tier 2 is up, but the creeps are right up by it. They can push it down. Liquid just continuing to cement their lead by quite a bit here.
Yeah, we've seen this time around, we did see that safe lane Void Spirit the other day really suffer. Mikke he's very comfortable on this hero. He's dominating with this initiation.
They grab Zibe. He's not going to get he just get the false promise off. The false promise is there. Zibe will be safe for now. He's able to pop the BKB. Does get the spear control onto Mikke. They're able to take the Void Spirit down.
Okay.
Foxy's going for the TP out. Stolen Arena holds them back as well. Misery still will be able to blink round it. Tries to get a catch onto Insania, but Insania Tiger, the rest of them are away. But the kill on Mikke does stop the push. So a little bit of breathing room for 5men as they'll be able to get Chessie back in the game. But of course, still damage was done. Liquid, they got the 1 set of racks. They didn't get 2 sets, but I don't think they'll be too upset about that, as they'll be able to wait, reset. With the Void Spirit coming back in, the question is how much 5men can do, or if they can do anything whilst Mikke is dead.
Roche, they scan around it, and 5men are positioned in it. It's going to be respawning right now. But Liquid, they're all going to be there. Zibe, he jumps up to the high ground.
He's straight up.
There.
And he's His BKB's on cooldown. He's going to need some help. He's going to need it soon, Pi. He's got false promise in 20 seconds. That might not be soon enough. Zippe, he's taken out. Now with the setup on for more. Tiger.
Now Ace.
Disruption into the Who Stomp. The Drow is gone. Chessie's going to get the boat off, but the Bear's on top of him. Bash is in play. Quoitfo locking him down. Chessie pops the BKB to try and run, but on the side, Insania lifts up Pi. They don't even need Mickey. And I guess that was something that 5 men failed to respect there, with Zippe just jumping up to the high ground and just throwing away any sort of opportunity to get anything done whilst Mickey was down.
That is literally the worst possible place for Ace to ever try to take a fight. In the river, trying to walk up toward high ground, it's just free for Liquid there when Zippe blinks in, just way over aggressive. Huh? And now they, Mickey responds, and it's just free.
Oh. Maybe that's why I didn't get the blink first, Fog. The team was like, no, Zippe, don't do it. We know where you're going to jump. That was a rough one. Liquid swing their lead even further. 20k advantage now and now with the Roshan taken down.
30 seconds still on Chessie too. 30 seconds might be time as there's no glyph available just to take out this Rax.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, with the AC,
Radiant's
MKB, they take those buildings pretty
okay.
quickly. They'll get
Yeah,
the tier
actually
2
back
top.
All right. Still a little bit of afraid because of last time, because Mickey just got exploded.
Radiant's top tower is under
Still
attack.
feel like they're very strong. They're giving a little bit of respect here. Is that what I think it is coming up for Insania? Is that a full Aghanims for 5
Radiant's
Rubik?
top tower
Hell yeah.
has fallen.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
I'm having a pretty good game.
That's a
Yes.
very farm 5 position.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the comparison. He's nearly triple the net worth of Pi.
Jesse eats the Soul Catcher. Constant disarms on the Bear are being pretty annoying here for Koikfa.
Slowing down a little bit. Mickey. He's going to jump in. Boxy's also able to get in on top of Chessie. Chessie's been caught with the Hoot Stomp and the Silence. Looks with the hits on to Boxy. Boxy is able to pop the cheese, get back up to full HP. Zippe. BKB now comes to an end, pushes back Koikfa's Bear with the Rebuke, but then straight away the Bear's straight back on top of him. False Promise will save Zippe for now as they get him out to the side. Boxy tries to the stun onto Ace, but Ace pots the BKB, he's able to turn. Boxy backs off. Koikfa still moving in. With the resummon as the Bear's down the once. Maybe they can take it down a second time. They're trying. Jump forward onto the backlines. Mickey, he's closer the gap towards Pi. Chessie's in trouble. He's got to run. BKB still on cooldown for 50 seconds. Zippe will manage to land the spear onto Boxy. Root and the damage, but Tiger is in with disruption. Saves Boxy for now. Boxy turns with the sub onto the Drow, forcing Ace back. Zippe's dragged in by the Remnant. As Zippe goes down, 50 seconds. He has got buyback with Liquid. They've finished the top set of racks. They're ready to just move over towards the mid lane. They'll keep this push on. Zippe buys back. Chessie needs a big catch from this, but he's not going to get it. Liquid just step back. They're ready to reset, continue to play it safe, spend their money. Koikfa, he's got the money for the full Abyssal.
They're too damn farmed at this point. Ace, the only time that he can actually hit heroes is during his BKB. As soon as the BKB ends, he has to just run away because there's so many different elements that Liquid have to just get on top of him and kill him. They're smoking outside to try to maybe catch Liquid off guard here, maybe get some kills. It's a pretty desperate move here.
Radiant
Misery, can he find Mickey? Looks like he will.
What? The finger?
And they'll get the kill.
Oh, I mean, Mickey doesn't have buyback.
Less enemy now.
He is dead for 90 seconds here. But we did see before. Last time he was dead,
They
disaster did happen for 5 men.
Yep.
Despite being 5 versus 4, but maybe this time round they can achieve something whilst the Void Spirit's gone. Tier 2.
Dire's middle tower
taken
has
mid.
fallen.
Hey, it's something. It's at least something out of a horrendous situation that they're in. Get themselves a nice ward down as well to be able to see when movements start happening, and they get themselves a tier 2 and a kill. Small gains. It feels like a pretty impossible game anyway, so at least they can get something out of the map. But Liquid, they're gonna look to just fight anyway. I think they can still fight even without Mickey, but probably just wait for him and look to close it out because side lanes are gonna constantly be forced in, so they can just run down the mid lane because they should have about 30 seconds left on that Aegis when he does respawn.
And would you imagine, Fog, that after this game we are going to see the quote for Lone Druid get banned?
Yeah, I was surprised it didn't get banned.
You just got to
before.
ban it if you're playing against Liquid right now. I mean, especially when Liquid's been on the form that they have been so far at this tournament. We've seen their run, the games, the wins that they've had, looking a lot cleaner than in some of the previous showings from the recent tournaments. Here at ESL One Germany, Liquid have been. It's definitely clear that they've tidied up their act, and I think when they're at this level, you just don't let them take the Lone Druid. Just don't let it happen.
That was pretty okay. Boxy actually took a talent that I don't think I've ever seen anyone take on Centaur. He took the retaliate damage. He's pretty tanky, and this draw might actually kill herself hitting the Centaur. That's quite a lot of damage that it does return. Kind of cool.
Double damage.
Ward is set up on the high ground. Liquid waiting for 5 men to try to show up out here. The Abyssal Blade is ready.
Boxy! He's able to get in with the jump. Chessie does get the BKB off in time. False Promise has to come into play to keep Chessie safe on the side. Mika catches Misery. Misery down. Over with the Simulate, they're trying to close the gap onto Chessie. Chessie's in trouble. He's been rooted in position. He goes down. Misery buys back. Chessie's going to have a buyback as well. Straight over with the missile onto Ace. The Hoostop as well. Ace is getting comboed down low. Will get the BKB off. Forced up to the high ground. Turns with the gust to the multi-shot.
He's almost dead.
Ace has got to run all the way back to base. Mickey's just chasing in. They're salving Ace up. Mickey jumps in with another Astral Step. The Dissimulate finishes off the job. Ace goes down. Comes in with a buyback. The Hex and stuns there, but Tiger with the save. Keeping him fired over towards mid. They're dropping fingers onto Quote for trying to burst down the bear, but they cannot do so as they'll be held back towards the fountain. They're diving in. They're looking to clean them up inside the fountain, and they'll do so as finally the G's are called. Liquid will take this game 1, 41-14. As they win this one, 37k advantage.